It's line down the left field line. That's in for a fair ball. It's going to roll into the corner. This game is going to be over. Rounding third is Thompson. He slides in head first to home plate. The Palm Springs Chill have come back and won it in the bottom of the seventh inning. Jeffrey Pellegrino, the hero, doubling into the left field corner.
The regular season matchup between the Palm Springs Chill and the Palm Springs Power was one to remember. A 3-run walk-off. Bases clearing double for Jeffrey Pellegrino propelled the Chill in walk-off fashion over the Power. Those two hometown teams meet up today in Game 1 of our 2023 California Winter League playoffs. Alongside Evan Schmeiser, I'm Jacob Kronberg, and welcome to Palm Springs Stadium in sunny Southern California for our American Division Series matchup between the Chill and the Power. The Chill enter as the 2 seed. They have home field advantage, 7-7 on the year. The Power come in as the 3 seed, 6-8 on the season. But they send up a really good lineup today that looks like this.
Absolutely. Sean Rigsby will be the designated hitter leading off, followed by Jalen Greer. Burrow Dixon hits third. Matt Garcia, the catcher, hits fourth, followed by Tavis Brunson. Isaiah Alvarez batting sixth. Keith Torres, the third, will hit seventh. Taylor Moe hits eighth. Roberto Verdicio will round out the Power lineup.
They're going to go up against Neil Yuscali. The 28-year-old right-hander from Liberty Hill, Texas, toes the rubber as the ace for the Chill. And we look at what Yuscali's done this season. He's pitched 4 times, 2-1 the record with a 1.84 earned run average, 25 strikeouts over 19 innings pitched, and he doesn't walk many, just 2 over those 19 innings. We're just about ready for playoff baseball from Palm Springs Stadium. As the ball is thrown down to second base, and we're ready to go. The Chill wearing the white tops, white bottoms. Chill in blue written across the chest, light blue numbers on the back. Gray caps, black brims with the California Winter League logo on the front. And it's Neil Yuscali against Sean Rigsby, the Power designated hitter, to begin things. In at third is Rybarski. The defense shades to the opposite field as Yuscali begins his windup. First pitch fastball misses away at 10:04 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we are underway. 55 degrees, mainly sunny, a few scattered faint clouds in the sky. Yuscali's 1-0 in there for a called strike. Rigsby, a .368 hitter this season, has been more of a middle-of-the-order bat, but gets the leadoff spot nod today. Yuscali kicks and goes, and the 1-1 fisted back into the netting for strike 2. Yuscali on the bump, coming off a season in the Atlantic League with the High Point Rockers. Through 80 innings this spring into summer. 1-2 to Rigsby, floated into center field. Pollock pauses, now a few steps in, and he secures the catch with 2 hands for the first out of the ball game. A lazy fly ball induced to start things for Yuscali. And a 0 in the first inning, the most important one, Evan.
Pitching is going to be everything throughout these playoffs, and I think these first few games especially it's going to be huge just because everyone's going to be available.
First pitch swinging Jalen Greer. Slow chopper to short, charging Kim. Gloves, throws sidearm on the move, and gets Greer by a stride for out number 2.
I think we're going to be in for an extremely clean contest on both sides. We have 2 teams who defensively they've been very good this season, and even with Landazuri on the other end pitching for the Power, we could be in for a very low-scoring pitcher's duel.
And the top of the Power order is generally very difficult to get through. Those top 4 guys, the lowest batting average is .333. However, the home run ball, not something to be too worrisome about if you're Yuscali, as Dixon goes after the first pitch. High bouncer to first. Murrow off the bag to glove. Throws to a covering Yuscali. Not in time. Throw forced him to leap in the air, and Burl Dixon legs out the infield single.
And that would have been an extremely difficult play, no matter who went after that ball. I prefer to see the second baseman, Cale Thompson, charging in to try and get that, but the first baseman, Murrow, going way over. It forces the pitcher to have to cover, and just too much speed from Dixon up the line.
Yeah, I don't think the throw being high really had an impact on the play. Dixon, with those long strides, gets down the line very quickly, and now you're forced to pay a good chunk of attention to him. He leads the power with 6 stolen bases, and he's got a comfortable lead. Yuscali out of the stretch, and he throws over. Throw goes into the back of Dixon, but doesn't bounce too far away as Murrow tracks it down.
I think we are going to see Dixon take off at some point, especially with 2 outs against a great pitcher on the mound in Yuscali. Runs could be difficult to come by. Even if he doesn't take off, though, just the threat of him running makes life that much more difficult for Yuscali on the mound.
Letter high set for Yuscali. And he hums a fastball down the middle for strike 1 called. No score, top of the first. Playoff matchup number 1 between the 2 hometown teams, the Power and the Chill. A glance over to Dixon, now a throw. And not in time, Dixon slides in safely. The Power would love to jump on the board early against the Chill ace, Neil Yuscali, and a third throw over. They got Dixon. Quick double move from Yuscali, and he picks off Dixon to end the first. In unconventional fashion, Neil Yuscali faces the minimum in the top half of the first, and we move to the bottom half. Chill coming up to bat with JT Reed, Cale Thompson, and Jake Rybarski. After this on the CWL YouTube. A pickoff of Burl Dixon at first base by Neil Yuscali ended the top half of the first, and now the Chill come to bat for the first time this morning. Jacob Kronberg, Evan Schmeiser on the CWL YouTube. This is what the Palm Springs Chill order looks like. Speedy JT Reed leads off, followed by Cale Thompson and Jake Rybarski. The hero from last matchup, Jeffrey Pellegrino, bats in the cleanup spot, followed by Aaron Cook and Jacob Vanderwall. And you can round it out with Hyunwoo Kim, AJ Pollock, and Paul Murrow. Corners creep in against the Speedy Reed as Angel Landazuri toes the rubber on the third base side. First pitch from Landazuri, a fastball that misses down and in for ball 1. Angel has been incredible for the Power. He has not allowed an earned run over 16 innings, and a big part of that has been the defense behind him. His 1-0 to Reed, in at the knees for a called strike.
Really doesn't get much better than Landazuri. And not only the lack of runs over 16 innings, but he's hardly let any base runners, only 7 hits and a single walk. Just not many opportunities to attack him.
A high number of 27 strikeouts in 16 innings. He wheels and deals, and the 1-1 curveball dances into the zone. A lot of late break there for Landazuri. For strike 2. Reed, whose push bunt single gave Pellegrino the chance to walk things off when these two met in the regular season. 1-2 curveball. Slow roller right side, charging Torres. He gloves, underhand toss to first, gets Reed. The defense, knowing the speed of the base runner, and Torres knew he needed the full sprint to match that of JT Reed's. 1 up, 1 down for Angel Landazuri. Let's take a look at the defense behind him.
So we'll start with the infield. Roberto Verdicia will man the hot corner. Jalen Greer is over at shortstop. Keith Torres III will man the second base spot. Taylor Mose at first. Left to right field goes Isaiah Alvarez, Burl Dixon in center, Tavis Brunson in right. Matt Garcia gets a start behind the plate, and, of course, Landazuri on the mound.
1 out, nobody on in a scoreless ball game. Cale Thompson digs in against the righty Landazuri and goes after the first pitch, slicing it foul on the left side for strike 1.
That was also a huge first out that Landazuri was able to get with Reed, just keeping all that speed off the bases. Because I assume if the Chill gets someone with good speed on first base, they're going to try to take off.
They've been a very aggressive base running team under Stan Kleiber. 0-1 to Thompson, rises upstairs, ball 1. The power wear the bright red jersey tops, white bottoms. Power written in big white letters on the chest, white numbers on the back. And your gray caps with black brims and the California Winter League logo as everybody sports. 1-1 to Thompson, misses up and away again. An advantage in the count to the second baseman, Cale Thompson, who defensively we've seen all over the infield. Second, third, and short. And he swings a pretty good stick as well, a .263 average. Thompson from Campbell, California. The reason he could put him all over, he was a Gold Glove winner in college. 2-1 fastball. Picks off the outside corner, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The infield leans to the right side against the lefty Thompson with the third baseman Berdicia in. Outfield plays him to poke the other way. Letter high set for Landazuri, closed on the front shoulder. His 2-2 breaking ball. Fisted left side. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Charging and fielding near the line is Alvarez, and a big turn for Thompson. He holds up, and it's a 1-out single for the Palm Springs Chill.
Really nice piece of hitting we just saw from Thompson. He got out in front of that breaking ball. Landazuri probably wanted to get it further down in the strike zone. It caught a little too much of the plate. And give Thompson a lot of credit. He was able to keep his hands back just enough to fight it off in the left field.
We've seen Angel like that backdoor breaking ball to lefties, and Thompson read the scouting report, went out and got it before the break. And he's aboard with 1 out, and Jake Rybarski to bat. First pitch, curve, swung over and missed for strike 1. Rybarski manning the hot corner defensively today. As Landazuri checks on Thompson, no dice. Rybarski hitting .321 this year. He's been a singles guy. An inning extender at the dish. Right on right the matchup. Landazuri's 0-1, bounce to the left side, backhanded. Greer in the hole, goes the short way to second. Did Torres hold the bag? Yes, he did. The middle infield cuts down the lead runner on a sneaky ground ball to the 5.5 hole.
That was a tremendous athletic play we just saw from Torres at second base. That throw from Greer put a lot on it from a short distance. That could have easily gone in the right field. I couldn't tell if the right fielder Brunson was backing up the play, but if that goes down the line, then you could have Chill base runners going all over the place.
So Rybarski takes the place of Thompson at first, now with 2 down. It's Jeffrey Pellegrino, who fouls away the first pitch back into the screen for strike 1. Pellegrino, is he a name that the Power now fear after his heroic actions in the regular season matchup? A bases-clearing walk-off double in the bottom of the 7th inning. He leads the Chill with 9 runs batted in. The 0-1. Pulled on the ground to third, Berdicia waits on it. He bobbles, regathers, throw to first, not in time. Pellegrino's going to reach on an error by the third baseman, Roberto Berdicia, and extend the home first for the Chill in a scoreless game.
And I think we just learned a lot about how the Power are going to pitch Pellegrino. Both of those first two pitches, the first one being a fastball, the next one being a breaking ball, it looked like they want to attack him away. Keep everything away, away, away. Pellegrino loves to pull his hands in on a pitch inside. That's exactly what he did to walk off the game just a few days ago against the Power.
2 on, 2 out, and a chance for Aaron Cook early. Landazuri stares at Thompson at second, now turns and goes home. And a first pitch curveball spins in, strike one called. Angel, not the hardest thrower, a mid to upper 80s fastball. But really good off-speed pitches. Ahead of Cook, 0-1. Landazuri fires home and gets Cook to go around on a curve in the dirt for strike 2. Aaron Cook leads the Chill in batting average at .429. He gets the start behind the dish today. The Chill's second catcher, Jacob Vanderwall, will be the designated hitter. He waits on deck. Cook crowding the plate, hands lean over it. Landazuri checks the runners. The 0-2 pitch. Tipped into the mid of Garcia. He holds on for strike 3. Landazuri works around a single and an error by his defense and pitches a scoreless first of his own. No score between the Power and the Chill. We go to the second inning after this on the CWL YouTube. We come back to Palm Springs Stadium for some more CWL playoff action. No score between the Power and the Chill as we begin inning number 2. Jacob Kronberg and Evan Schmeiser on the CWL YouTube as Neil Yascali works from the windup. And the first pitch fastball fouled back and out of play by Matt Garcia for strike 1. Garcia was the batter at the end of the top of the first, but it was Burl Dixon getting picked off that ended the frame. So we've seen a pitch already from Yascali now 2. The 0-1 fastball misses up, ball 1. Garcia, who has brought a lot of offense from a position that doesn't traditionally have that much of it. He's the catcher, but he's hitting .333 with a .400 on-base percentage. Yascali's 1-1. Popped up right side of the infield. Starting back, now trotting in is Thompson. Settles under, using the sunglasses to his advantage, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up The left-handed hitting outfielder, Tavis Brunson. Big swing at the first pitch, and he whiffs on the fastball for strike one. Brunson's got some pop out of the 5-hole. 0-1 fastball sails on everybody, and back to the screen it goes, ball one.
I think Uscali might have overthrown that just a little bit. Probably the hardest fastball.
Just a little bit.
Yes, only a little bit.
Look, there's a lot of energy going around. It's game one, day one of the playoffs. Juices are flowing. 1-1. Chopped foul at home plate, and Uscali ahead in the count, 1-2. Brunson, who was 5 for 20 this winter offensively, but 3 of those 5 hits were triples, not just extra base hits. 3 triples and 5 hits. He is a gap finder. He can run. And he's trying to play catalyst to a power offense that's having a little trouble with Uscali early.
Sure, but that's something that you're going to need, the capability for extra base hits in a difficult pitching matchup where it'll be difficult to string hits together.
Uscali's 1-2, fouled back into the netting as Brunson stays alive. Tavis from Westfield, New Jersey. One of the few guys, I guess, from our neck of the woods, out of the East Coast.
Yes, yes. It does feel like October weather from back home.
Uscali kicks and goes. Fastball in at the knees. Strike 3 called. First strikeout for Neil Uscali. And he's gotten down the first 2 here in the second. Still no score.
And that's what you have to keep doing if you're Uscali. Just attack the strike zone. We've seen a lot of fastball from him. And then as he works ahead, he's going to that off-speed stuff, especially the breaking ball. Occasionally he'll finish guys off with the fastball, but until the power can show some offensive life, then keep attacking.
2 out, nobody on. And Uscali throws a lot of strikes every start out there. Works out of the windup and misses up ball 1. To the local boy, Isaiah Alvarez from Indio, California, about 20 miles down I-10 from Palm Springs. Right on right the matchup. Uscali kicks and goes, and he finds the knees with a fastball. Strike 1 called.
And Alvarez is the kind of guy you want on your team, especially for a playoff atmosphere. He's used to big games, especially leading Point Loma University just a year ago to the Division II National Championship Tournament.
Uscali, 1-1, breaking ball in the upper crust of the zone for strike 2. Look, winning plays and a winning attitude and familiarity with it could definitely help a ball club come a scenario where you win 3 games. The title is yours. Uscali fires home and dots the outside corner. Strike 3 called, and Neil Uscali strikes out a pair in a scoreless second. We're through 1.5. Chill 0, power 0. Chill coming back to bat on the CWL YouTube. It's a scoreless ball game between the Chill and the Power as we begin the home second at Palm Springs Stadium. First pitch of the inning from Angel Landazuri is a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike one. To my right, Evan Schmeiser, I'm Jacob Kronberg. Thanks so much for spending your Thursday morning with us to enjoy some playoff baseball. Landazuri's 0-1, pulled on the ground to the right side, through the hole, base hit. Charging is Brunson, and he'll lob the throw back in. It's a leadoff base knock for Jacob Vanderwall and the Palm Springs Chill.
That's exactly what you need if you're the Chill and Vanderwall. You finally got a fastball that caught a lot of the plate, and he didn't try to do too much. Just stayed back just enough and put some good wood on it, driving it through the hole.
100 miles per hour off the bat of Jacob Vanderwall.
Well, he did put some good wood on that.
A screamer through the hole. As Hyunwoo Kim steps to the dish. Right on right the matchup. Landazuri working from the stretch as always. Starts Kim off with a breaking ball in the dirt. Nice job by Garcia to keep it in front.
I'd be very curious to see if Stan Clyburn in the third base coach's box puts Vanderwall in motion, maybe even a hit and run. Especially with a guy like Kim at the plate with good hands, pretty good at putting the ball in play.
Vanderwall's a very athletic catcher. He's got 2 stolen bases on the year. We've seen him play some left field as well. Landazuri checks over the front shoulder. Kicks and goes. And Kim takes a cut fastball on the inner half, strike one. No score, bottom of the second between the Power and the Chill, who played a low-scoring affair, a 4-3 win for the Chill just 4 days ago. Landazuri from the middle portion of the rubber. 1-1, popped up right side, sprinting over Taylor Moe near the dugout, and he runs out of room. Landazuri now ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. To Hyunwoo Kim, one of the more electrifying players in the CWL. You notice when he is on the ball field. Vanderwall leads off first, Moe holding him on. Vanderwall runs the 1-2 pitch in there, called strike 3, throw down to second, not in time. A strong throw from Matt Garcia, but it went to the third base side of the bag, and Jacob Vanderwall picks up his third stolen base, and he's now in scoring position with 1 out for A.J. Pollock.
I generally love the idea of putting the runner in motion, whether it's 0-2 or 1-2. It was a great pitch for Garcia to throw, and it was not the best throw. It was okay. I'm not used to seeing a base stealer go in feet first and get the safe call.
It'll happen a bit on those hit and run scenarios. A.J. Pollock goes after the first pitch and flies it out to left field. Moving toward the line, Alvarez, he's there to make the catch. Staying put at second is Vanderwall after the Pollock fly out. And a chance for Landazuri to escape trouble.
And I do like the idea of Pollock attacking Landazuri early. He got a breaking ball that didn't do a whole lot towards the middle of the plate. I know he hit it right to Alvarez and left, but that's the kind of approach you need for these Chill hitters.
Brings up Paul Murrow. And if you want to exemplify how dangerous the Chill order is, their 9-hitter Paul Murrow is batting .368. First pitch fastball on the outer half, called strike one. This is a team that wins with collective efforts and played a much better second half of the season than they did to begin things. Landazuri delivers home and misses away. Ball one.
This is the kind of opportunity where the Chill absolutely have to cash in. They left all sorts of base runners out there in their regular season finale against the Alberta Grizzly.
Infield plays Murrow to pull as Torres, the second baseman, holds on Vanderwall. The 1-1. Breaking ball. Waved at and missed for strike 2. Good enticing at first and late breaking curve from Landazuri, who's ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Murrow, who stands with the open stance in the righty box. Hands held high and over the plate. Landazuri checks the runner, now delivers. 1-2 curve, swung on and missed, strike 3. Once again, Landazuri works around a base runner. As he's through 2 scoreless, the game is through 2 scoreless. We go to the 3rd. Both sides still looking to crack the scoreboard.
We're good to go for the top of the 3rd inning, CWL fans. I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Jacob Kronberg. And as advertised, it's been a pitcher's duel early, a scoreless game. The bottom 3rd of the order coming up for the power. It's Keith Torres III, followed by Taylor Moe and Roberto Berdicia. The first pitch is inside, ball 1. Neil Uscali, just 1 hit allowed through 2 innings. Here's his 1-0. That's right down to shoot 1-1. Another good fastball from him.
And it was an infield single at that, Evan. Burl Dixon using his speed to beat out a Baltimore chop to the pull side.
Keith Torres III hitting .222 in the season as he loops that one foul and out of play to the right side. Count moves to 1-2. Tied for 2nd on the team with 5 walks. This is a power lineup that's very good at working the count, manufacturing their share of base runners. Uscali, he's working quickly. Out of the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, that's right down the chute for a called strike 3. Torres III, he did not think so, but 1 out nonetheless. As Taylor Moe digs into the left-handed batter's box, we'll take a look at the Chill defense. Starting at 3rd base, it's Jake Rybarski, Hyunwoo Kim, the all-world shortstop, Cale Thompson at 2nd, Paul Murrow gets the start at 1st, Pellegrino, A.J. Pollock, and J.T. Reed. Aaron Cook is behind the plate, and Neil Uscali on the mound with 1 out in the 3rd. The first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike to the first baseman, Taylor Moe. Comes into today hitting an even .300. 1 double, 4 RBIs to his credit. He also leads the team in walks with 6, but he's behind in the count 0-2. Batting with 1 out, nobody on base in a scoreless game in the top of the 3rd. And he goes down swinging. Good fastball in the outer half from Uscali. 4 consecutive strikeouts for Neil Uscali going back to the 2nd inning. Brings up the 9th man, Roberto Berdicia. He gets to start at 3rd. Berdicia, 2 for 21 on the season, 4 RBIs. Love to get things going on day 1 of the postseason. 3 consecutive wins for either of these teams nets them the CWL title as Berdicia takes a breaking ball a little high. The local rivalry, a rematch of Super Bowl Saturday. The Chill walking it off, trailing by 2 in the bottom of the 7th. A good curveball from Uscali, 1-1 the count.
Uscali has really found a rhythm, and you'll notice he'll start to work quicker and quicker when he's feeling all his pitches.
Does it right there, but that ball scorts in the right center field. It gets down for a base hit. Over to cut it off is the right fielder Reed, and he fires it in on one hop to second base. Good piece of hitting from Berdicia, and that's the Power. A 2-out base runner, their second hit of the day. Perhaps an opportunity as the lineup flips to the leadoff man, Sean Rigsby. He flew out to center to open the ball game. Berdicia has not attempted a stolen base. We did see Uscali pick off Burl Dixon in the first. He controls the running game well. A short two-step lead from Berdicia, and Rigsby swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back into the parking lot. These
are the scenarios that generally catapults a 2-out rally. One of your guys who is hitting at the bottom of the order finds a way on against a pitcher who's been giving you a bit of the business, and it turns it over for the top of the order guys.
Uscali working out the stretch, and that's a fastball in the outside corner. 0-2 the count to Rigsby. Good job from Uscali working ahead of a good hitter in Rigsby. The shortstop, Kim, shaded way over towards the second base bag. The second baseman, Thompson, playing the pull. That breaking ball's in the dirt. Good play by Cook to keep it around him. 2 outs, no score in the top of the third for the Power. Berdicia over at first after singling a moment ago. Uscali still working pretty quickly. He comes set. Medium big leg kick. That ball's lined up the middle. That's going to get down for a base hit past the shortstop, Kim. Stopping at second is Berdicia. Puts men on first and second with 2 outs. Thanks to back-to-back singles from Berdicia and Rigsby. Was not hit all that hard, kind of off the handle of the bat, but Rigsby strong enough to fight it off in the center field.
Yeah, a little bit of a bleeder. And you want to kind of load up some of these contact guys in the top of your order. A team that hasn't shown a lot of power or relied on it. No home runs this year for Palm Springs, the Power that is. And now you've got guys like Greer and Dixon on deck who are your RBI men.
Truly ironic as Jalen Greer takes a good fastball in the outer half for strike one. Chance for the Power to get on the board in the scoreless game in the top of the third. First and second, 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 from Uscali. That fastball misses low and away. See which team is able to strike first. Take advantage of their opportunities with 2 great pitchers on the mound with Uscali and Landazuri for the Power.
And 2 well-rested bullpens behind them.
Here's the 1-1. That misses high and away, 2-1 the count. Jalen Greer bounced out to the shortstop, Kim, in the first.
You got a guy up hitting 393, gets on base at better than a 430 clip. You're going to have to try and throw him some strikes.
A 2-1, high chopper to the third baseman, Rybarski. He gloves it, touches the third base bag, and that retires the side. The Power able to make Uscali sweat a little with back-to-back 2-out singles, but he's able to work around that jam. We're through 2.5 on the CWL YouTube, the opening game for the postseason. We flip to the top of the order for the Palm Springs Chill as they bat in the bottom of the third in a scoreless game between their local rival in the Palm Springs Power. Landazuri back out after getting the start. Reed shows bunt. He takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. Verdecia, the third baseman, came charging in anticipation. He's playing on the lip of the infield grass. The first baseman, Mo, is even with the bag. Reed does not square, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. We see that occasionally from Reed. Squaring early in the count. He did have a big bunt single in their previous matchup on Super Bowl Saturday. It comes up empty on a fastball, foul tipped into the glove of Garcia. JT Reed goes down on 3 pitches to open the home third.
That's strikeout number 3 for Landazuri. Guy usually, rather his 4th. The guy usually fills up the strikeout column.
That brings up the lefty Cale Thompson, who bats with a slightly open stance. Third baseman Verdecia is still playing on the lip of the grass. That ball's back towards the middle, off the foot of Landazuri. Gloved by Greer, the shortstop, behind the second base bag, in time over the first. Perhaps Landazuri slowed that ball up just a little bit as it went whistling past him.
I don't know if it actually got the foot.
It's tough to
tell. I want
to
think it did, because that ball was going right up the gut, and kind of the heel. The ball took a little bit of a turn toward Greer instead of going up the chute. Could have just been the angle on the mound.
The shortstop Greer was also shaded slightly towards the second base bag. So Rybarski swings to the first pitch and fouls it back. Pretty good swing at a fastball, but he's behind 0-1. In a scoreless game in the bottom of the third between the Power and the Chill in this American Division matchup. Landazuri working out the stretch. He kicks and goes. Well, it's on the ground to the shortstop, Greer. Bad hop. He bobbles it for a second. Fires to first. Dug out by Mo. Good play all the way around for Greer to stick with it and Mo to bail him out on the other end. Good inning from Landazuri. 1, 2, 3 go the Chill in the home third. And we're through 3 full, scoreless in day 1 of the postseason. We're moving and grooving at Palm Springs Stadium. I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Jacob Kronberg as we move to the top of the fourth. 3-4-5 coming up for the Power. It's Dixon, followed by Matt Garcia and Tavis Brunson. A scoreless game early. Both starters, with Uscali on the mound for the Chill and Landazuri for the Power, excellent at the moment. As Dixon takes a fastball outside 1-0. He singled his only at-bat in the first, and he was picked off to end that frame. Here's the 1-0 from Uscali out of the windup. Big swing from Dixon. He pops it straight up. Foul territory on the left side, and making the grab is the third baseman, Rybarski. Good job to hang with that ball. It was up in the air a long time.
Yeah, that ball drifted back a little bit as well. Lot of spin as that ball was skied up. And we've seen a lot of guys overrun plays like that and those towering pop-ups. There's a lot of foul territory. I mean, the camera well is in the warning track. So you got to be aware of your surroundings.
It is an obstacle to work around. As the catcher Garcia digs in, he popped out to second his only at-bat. He takes a fastball a little high for ball one. And Uscali has been sailing along at the moment. He came into this inning just 37 pitches, 28 of them strikes. That ball is on the ground towards the right side. It takes a crazy up over the glove of Thompson. And that will go down as a base hit. Garcia got good wood on it, and the way this infield is, it's a hard infield with how dry it can be in the desert, and we see a few hops like that. The fourth hit of the day for the Power, it gives them a one-out base runner.
Would have been a tough play nonetheless. Thompson had to leave his feet.
Brings up Tavis Brunson. He'll dig into the left-handed batter's box. Big hole for him on the right side. He comes up empty on a first pitch fastball. Struck out looking his only at-bat in the second. Short two-step lead from Garcia at first. He has not attempted a stolen base. And Brunson comes up empty on a second consecutive fastball. He falls behind 0-2. Uscali comes set, the chill, looking to turn two with one out and a man at first. That ball's on the ground. Fielded on a couple ups. No, not fielded by Thompson. Another crazy bounce. He made a sliding attempt going after it, deep in the hole on the right side, moving towards first. Not sure quite yet what the score will be on that. It puts men on first and second with one out. There's no way he could have turned two on the play. His only option would have been to try and get Brunson at first. Brings up Isaiah Alvarez. He struck out looking. His only at bat in the second. But an RBI opportunity. He swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. Seeing both teams attacking the starting pitchers early in the count.
When you've got two aces and two big strikeout arms, that first strike is sometimes the best pitch you're going to see. You might get one hittable pitch in that bat against these guys.
Alvarez takes on the outside corner for a called strike two. Not a big fan of that call, but he's behind nonetheless. The middle infielders for the Chill playing very shallow. They are in double play depth, but certainly playing a few steps closer to home plate than I'm used to seeing. Couple looks at the runner on second. Uscali deals the 0-2. That one is outside 1-2 the count. Alvarez ended up kind of lunging over home plate.
It's been a heavy dose of fastballs this inning. All three in this at-bat to Alvarez, both singles. Came on the fastball. We'll see if he tries to mix it up.
Here's the 1-2. He tried a curveball, but a good take from Alvarez. It dives outside. When Brunson on first, it will go down as a base hit. It appears so the fifth hit of the day for the Power. And Brunson will surely take it. Uscali set with the 2-2. He deals. Fastball just misses outside. He's tried to go out there with 3 consecutive pitches after getting ahead of Alvarez 0-2.
I think the last two he's missed the location a little bit. He beat Alvarez with the inner half fastball to start the at-bat. Called strike away. You'd think he'd try to bust him inside one more time and get that swing and a miss.
Here's the 3-2 with one out. Big swing and a miss by Alvarez. He challenged him with a fastball down and away. A big second out for Uscali.
Heavy heater kept it low in the zone and got Alvarez to swing right over it. Your defense can now take a step back, at least the middle of the infield. You do have to protect the speed of Torres. You play with fire, the more base runners you let on.
Both teams have had some chances, not able to cash in yet. It's left to Keith Torres III. He struck out looking in the third. One of 5 strikeouts for Uscali. The first pitch breaking ball is down and away, ball 1. With third base open, Taylor Moe waits on deck. A scoreless game with 2 on and 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Torres trying to deliver a big hit to open the scoring. Here's the 1-0 from Uscali. Swing and a miss on a fastball away. Throughout this inning, especially to the righties, a lot of heaters. Away, away, away for Uscali on the mound. A lot of room on the right side of the infield with the second baseman Thompson playing a little close to the bag. Now he goes back more towards his normal depth. And that's on the outside corner, a called strike, 1-2. Uscali trying to work out of a 1-out first and second jam. Garcia and Brunson with back-to-back singles. That's where they remain on first and second. Torres trying to stay alive and put the power on the board. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Curveball outside, 2-2.
Just has not had a feel for that pitch this inning. You still have to throw them so you're not one-dimensional on the mound, but we've seen 3 or 4 of those as non-competitive pitches.
Torres a half step closer to home plate. Another breaking ball just outside. It loads the count. 3-2, 2 outs. The runners will be off. Garcia from second and Brunson from first.
We pressed the pitch efficiency of Uscali coming into this inning.
We did.
And now between these last 2 guys, he's about to throw his 11th pitch.
Uscali comes set. He deals, the runners go, and that fastball's a little high, ball 4. Good at bat from Torres. It loads the bases with 2 outs. Danger zone for Uscali and the chill. The first walk from either pitcher today. And that comes with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Garcia up to third, Brunson to second.
And you bring up a really patient hitter with nowhere to put it in an inning where you've struggled to your standards to throw strikes.
Moe swings the first pitch fastball and comes up empty. And perhaps with a lefty Moe up, it's a different look for Uscali on the mound. Maybe it's helpful for him. Going out of the windup, the 0-1, another fastball swung on and missed by Moe.
If you're Taylor Moe, you got to stay within yourself. You come in with a 22% walk rate. Really good number. Gets on base at nearly 50% of the time. But now you have to protect with 2 strikes.
Here's the 0-2 pitch out of the windup again. Swung on and missed a high fastball. Moe goes down on 3 pitches. Uscali loaded up the bases in the top of the 4th, but able to work out of the jam. No runs, a couple hits for the Power, and they leave 3. Through 3.5 at Palm Springs Stadium, still scoreless between the Power and the Chill. We're set for the bottom of the fourth, CWL fans. Jeffrey Pellegrino, Aaron Cook, and Jacob Vanderwall, the scheduled hitters. Heart of the lineup for the Chill. Pellegrino takes a first pitch fastball on the outside corner. He reached on an error by the third baseman Berdicia, his only at bat. Uscali just a moment ago worked out of a bases-loaded jam for the Chill, keeping us scoreless. A ball to the left side again. Past the diving Berdicia on past Greer's glove in the left field, a base hit. Seeing eye single for Jeffrey Pellegrino. Just the third hit of the day for the Chill, but it gives them a leadoff base runner.
This guy can hit. He really, no matter where you put it in the zone, out of the zone, he's a free swinger, and he gets bad on ball. That's the name of the game. Squeaking hits through the hole. We've seen the big extra base hits. He's got the lone Chill home run this year, too.
See if the Chill can strike first. After the power left the bases loaded, an inning ago. A check on the runner, not in time. Pellegrino goes diving back to the bag with time to spare. It brings up the catcher, Aaron Cook. He struck out swinging his only at bat. A lot of room on the right side of the infield. With Torres playing about 4 steps off the second base bag. Way out in front of a breaking ball is Cook. He's behind 0-1. The Power looking to turn 2. The scoreless game, nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. Pellegrino on first, singling a moment ago through the hole on the left side. The left fielder Alvarez playing pretty deep. Brunson in right, he's on the shallow side. Another check on the runner. And somebody from that Chill dugout. Probably the loudest back call from a teammate in the dugout I've heard all season.
This is the big time.
Yeah.
Playoff baseball. That run is important, especially in a 0-0 game.
Whoever that was, he's into it. Pellegrino started then stopped, and the pitch is taken on the inside corner for a strike.
Look, that's something you love to see. That means the bench is involved. Whether that's one of the starting players sitting there right now or the guys who didn't get the nod today, they're into this game. Not taking any pitches off.
Cook is behind 0-2. We'll see if Pellegrino takes off after starting and stopping. He does not go, and it's a curveball taken low by Cook. A good take right there, and a couple really good curveballs from Landazuri to try and roll a double play. Coming into this inning, Landazuri threw 33 pitches, 28 of them strikes. Talk about excellent command through 3. He comes set. Here's the 1-2 count to Cook. That ball's hit hard, back towards the middle, off the glove of the diving Greer. It trickles into center field for a base hit. Stopping at second is Pellegrino, back-to-back singles, put men on first and second with nobody out. The Chill have something cooking in this scoreless game in the bottom of the fourth. That brings up the designated hitter, Vanderwall. He singled through the hole on the right side to lead off the second. He also stole a base. Chill looking to manufacture a run. First and second, nobody out. The corners are pinched a little just in case of a bunt. Vanderwall takes a curveball, and it looks like it hit him. Yes, it did hit him. It was a delayed call at first. It loads the bases with nobody out. A first pitch curveball hitting the foot of Jacob Vanderwall. The first man that Landazuri has put on base via walk or hit batter. Now he has a tough task. Bases loaded, nobody out, scoreless game in the bottom of the fourth. In this opening round American Division playoff game, and it's Hyunwoo Kim. He struck out looking in the second. The corners are playing in, the middle infield playing back to turn 2. And the first pitch, the fastball, right down the chute for a called strike.
It's a big moment here. And you have to play the middle infield back because if you play everybody in a base hit, even a regular ground ball with a little eyes is going to score 2.
Landazuri working out the stretch, and the fastball's high, 1-1. It feels like October baseball back in Jacobs and my stretch of the woods in the Northeast. Light breeze in the mid-60s. A mildly overcast day. 1-1, that's back towards the middle, hits slowly. Glove by Greer, steps on the bag for one, fires to first in time. Big time double play. Vanderwall hung around the bag at second for a moment, not sure if he was called out. Pellegrino crosses the plate on that ground ball, but the Power will surely take a double play. Seemed like Kim didn't get out of the box all that well. Normally with great speed on a slowly hit ball, he was still out by a lot.
It's best case scenario. You can play the infield back now, get out of this inning. You're going to need a run if you were to win at any point. Can't plan to win games 1-0.
Brings up A.J. Pollock, 2 outs, and Cook over third. And that first pitch fastball hits him right on the arm. Second hit batter we see from Landazuri in the fourth. Puts men on first and third with 2 outs.
We saw Aaron Cook bluffing down the line when Landazuri began his motion, and I wonder if that distracted Angel.
It's certainly possible. We're not used to seeing Landazuri miss with a fastball like that.
He doesn't miss often, period.
Yeah. It brings up the 9th man, Paul Murrow. He struck out in the second. Pollock with great speed at first, and Cook did start down the line again. There goes Pollock. They're going to throw through the second base. Safe is the call at second. It was a late call. It seemed like half of the Power fielders started running off the field. The throw beat him by a lot. We can't tell from up here whether the tag itself beat the foot going in on a feet-first slide by Pollock. A stolen base for him nonetheless. It puts men on second and third with 2 outs. A base hit should put the Chill up by 3. Good fastball called on the outside corner as Murrow steps out. He's not happy about that call. Chill leading 1-0 over the Power, plating a run with the bases loaded, nobody out, coming via a double play. Landazuri comes set again. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Did he go? They check it. They say Murrow did go around.
We've got a final in our playing game of the Canadian Division, Evan.
Lay it on me, my friend.
The Manitoba North Stars, the 5th seed, upset the 4th seeded Toronto Rush 6-1 and have earned the right to play the number 1 overall seed, the Alberta Grizzly, tomorrow.
They go into that game with momentum for sure. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Murrow goes after a high fastball. That retires the side in the 4th. The Chill able to plate a run, but it could have been a whole lot worse for Landazuri and the Power. Working around a bases loaded, nobody out jam. We're through 4 full on the CWL YouTube. The Chill jump out in front, 1-0 over the Power. We thank you once again for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the 5th. Power looking to answer back after the Chill put a run on the board just a moment ago. Neil Uscali back to work for the Chill, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike to the 9th man, Roberto Berdicia.
We saw Uscali face the most traffic he's seen last inning. His team gets him a run. Can he settle back in and pitch that huge shutdown inning that the Chill could use?
The count evens at a ball and a strike. Uscali still working at a brisk pace out of the windup. Curveball off the end of the bat. Line just over the head of the leaping Cale Thompson. Base hit in the right field. Pollock is over to get it. Berdicia is 2 for 2 and a leadoff single for the Power.
How about that? A guy coming in batting 0.95. 2 for 2. You never know who the playoff hero is going to be.
That's the kind of performance that could get you signed and make the difference in that, too. It'll be Sean Rigsby batting with a man at first in Berdicia. He singled his previous at bat in the 3rd. He shows bunt and pulls it back, and it's called a ball. Uscali on the mound looked very surprised to not get that strike call.
He's been getting the low strike. That's been his bread and butter pitch.
Power trying to answer back, trailing 1-0. Showing bunt and bunting it foul is Rigsby. He bunted that foul into the screen. Trying to manufacture a run. The Power left the bases loaded in the 4th. We saw the Chill plate their lone run on a ground ball double play with the bases loaded, nobody out. We also saw the Chill score twice on double play ground balls in their final game of the year against the Grizzly. Here's the 1-1. Swinging away is Rigsby. He fouls that one back. He's behind 1-2. Chill trying to roll a double play. Both teams have had their share of opportunities with men on. Landazuri and Uscali have been up to the task, working around the traffic. Here's the 1-2. Fastball, that's inside. It forces Cook to leap out of his stance. Flags are calm in center field. We did have some wind going throughout the ballpark before the game. At 2-2, on the outside corner, a called strike 3. Rigsby did not think so, but an important first out for Neil Uscali.
And you needed to get one of the first 2 guys this inning. With Greer, Dixon, and Garcia, that's been the sweet spot in the order for Casey Dill's bunch all year, and rarely did we get to see them in this sequence in games.
The first pitch to Greer is up and away for ball 1.
We saw a lot of 2-squad action, getting everybody their at-bats in the regular season and seeing what's what. Some platoon switches mid-game, but in game 1 of the playoffs in a must-win situation, you're likely just going to see 9 out there.
That fastball's a little high, 2-0. And perhaps if this game stays close later on, we'll see some big bats come off the bench or surely some pinch runners. Short lead at first from Berdicia, who led off the inning with a single. That 2-0 is inside, 3-0 the count to Greer. Uscali's only walked 1 man so far, and that came in the 4th. Behind 3-0 to Greer, Berdicia at first base with 1 out. The Power trailing 1-0 to the Chill. That's a good fastball for a called strike on the outer half. Shortstop Kim playing pretty shallow at shortstop. Several steps into the infield dirt. Set up to turn 2. The 3-1. That's a called strike on the outer part of the plate. Greer had taken about 3 steps walking up the first base line. Already seeing a few times. Both teams not happy with the strike zone. 3-2 the count, 1 out in the top of the 5th. Uscali, that curveball is way upstairs for ball 4. The second walk he's issued, and it puts men on first and second with 1 out for the Power, trailing 1-0 to the Chill. Possible danger zone for Uscali and the Chill with the third man, Burl Dixon, coming up. He's 1 for 2, singling back in the first.
That's pretty on par with what he's done all year. He's hitting .478 going into today. A .500 on base percentage. And we've seen the long strides with the infield single. A really tough guy to double up.
He takes a first pitch fastball in the inside corner for a called strike. Chill looking at turn 2. Try to get a big out against the CWL's second leading hitter in Dixon. Uscali set. Leg kick, the 0-1. That one's popped up left side, and that'll get out of play. The third baseman, Rybarski, giving that one a look. Uscali able to work ahead 0-2. To the tall, athletic center fielder for the Power. The left fielder, Pellegrino, playing quite shallow. Reed and right playing about straight up depth. He runs well. 0-2 in the air down the left field line. That'll leak out of play, foul once again towards the concession stands. Dixon trying to stay alive. Behind in the count, 0-2. A base hit could be tough to score Berdicia from second. He does not have great speed. A pretty short lead off of second base. Nobody holding him on. The 0-2 once again. A changeup that goes outside. Good take from Dixon. Power trailing 1-0 to the Chill in the top of the fifth. A rematch from Super Bowl Saturday ending in a walk-off for the Chill. That's off the hands, popped up, out of play behind us.
Dixon really putting up a fight. It's a guy who does not strike out. 3 strikeouts this year. That's it. In 30 plate appearances.
Staying alive at the moment as timeout is called at home plate. First and second, 1 out for the Power. Potentially 1 big hit away from Dixon to tie it. Here's the pitch from Uscali. Swung on and missed. He got Dixon out in front of something slow. A huge second out.
I think that was the changeup, Evan. Pitch we have not seen much of. It's something that's usually in the arsenal against hitters that hit the opposite way. All those fastballs that were peppered away, fouled off. He said, all right, let me throw something with a little bit of drop, a little slower, after speeding up Dixon's bat, and that's a massive strikeout.
He chose a great time to throw his best changeup of the day. And a first pitch fastball, he gets the called strike to Mac Garcia. Garcia 1 for 2. He singled his last at bat in the fourth. Left over at third. Power left the bases loaded in the fourth. That one's back towards the middle. That'll get through for a base hit past a diving Thompson. Berdicia around third, headed home. The throw of the plate's on 1 hop, but it's not in time. RBI single, Mac Garcia. He's tied the game at 1 in the top of the fifth. Big time clutch hit from the catcher Garcia. And finally, the Power able to come through. Greer was able to go first to third on the play, so puts men on first and third with 2 outs. Both bullpens are quiet. Power now a chance to take the lead with Tavis Brunson, who singled his last at bat. A short lead at first from Garcia, maybe 2.5 steps. The first pitch is foul tipped out of the glove of Cook, 0-1. Power might have benefited. Ball at the bat of Garcia, not the hardest hit. With Pollock playing straight up depth, more than enough time for Berdicia to score.
It's a big bounce back.
That 0-1, another good changeup, swung on and missed by Brunson. He's behind 0-2.
Now if you're Yuscali, the damage has to stop here. It's one thing to not put up the 0 when your team gave you the lead, but then to surrender the lead.
Here's the 0-2 at 2 outs. That one's lined in the right field. Reed right to him, though. He's able to put it away. Thought for just a moment that Brunson gave the Power the lead. Just not quite able to find the outfield grass. But the Power are able to tie the game at 1 in the top of the 5th. Berdicia got it started, and it's Matt Garcia with the clutch base hit through the middle. We're through 4.5 on the CWL YouTube, knotted up at 1 between the Power and the Chill. Little more than halfway home, bottom of the 5th. Knotted up at 1 between the local rivals, making for a wildly exciting second playoff game of the day. The first pitch to the leadoff man Reed is outside for ball 1. Landazuri has been able to keep Reed quiet. 0 for 2, keeping that speed off the bases. So that one's fouled straight back and out of play. A lot of fastballs to Reed. He has not been able to turn any of them around. The third baseman Berdicia playing a step onto the infield grass. Everyone else straight up. The 1-1. That one's lined in the left center field. On the run is Dixon. He's there with plenty of time to put it away. Excellent jump from Dixon, the big, tall, athletic center fielder.
JT Reed, whenever he flies out, he's always sprinting down to first. With his speed, he's thinking double off the bat of everything. But he actually turns and he runs the whole bases to third, then runs into his dugout when they're in the third base dugout. Kind of reminds me of Brandon Nimmo, where he sprints after a walk or a hit by pitch.
It's a great habit. Thompson swings the first pitch. He drives that one to left center field. Coming in is Alvarez. Just got under that a little bit. He puts it away. 2 quick outs for Angel Landazuri, trying to pick up a shutdown inning with his Power able to tie the game a moment ago at 1.
Silence in both bullpens. This is a game for the aces.
And they've been efficient so far. Pitch count's not something to worry about yet. Jake Rybarski takes a good fastball for a called strike on the outer half. Rybarski reached on a fielder's choice in the first, bounced out to short in the third.
This is only pitch 54 for Angel Landazuri.
Yeah, that'll do. Here's the 0-1. Another fastball, and he gets the called strike.
Look, I spoke to Power manager Casey Dill pregame. When we're getting the lineups, he said everybody's rested, everybody's available, there is no pitch count. It is a field thing today. These guys are ready to go.
Here's the 0-2 at 2 outs. Swung on and missed at a breaking ball. Angel Landazuri, excellent through 5, retires the side in order in the 5th. We could be in for a classic. Through 5 full at Palm Springs Stadium, tied at 1 between the Power and the Chill.
6, 7, 8 in the order for the Palm Springs Power. As we begin the top of the 6th from Palm Springs Stadium. It's a scoreless ball game between the Power and, rather, it's a 1-1 tied ball game between the Power and the Chill. Neil Yascali still out there. First pitch swinging. Alvarez, liner to third, off the glove of a leaping Rybarski. Down the line into foul territory. Alvarez turns, goes for second, and he's in safely as Pellegrino tripped chasing after the deflected liner. A leadoff double for the Power.
That's exactly what you need if you're Alvarez and the Power. Just barely, just too high for Rybarski at third base. He is a big, tall guy over there. And with the speed of Alvarez, once that ball was deflected, he was going to get to second base pretty easily.
Thinking two out of the box, and the leadoff runner in scoring position. It's a 1-1 game. The Power looking for revenge after getting walked off by the Chill in the regular season. Keith Torres bluffs a bunt attempt and takes strike one at the knees.
I like the idea of bunting, but the way Torres set up, that's not how you want to do it. He squared way too late. He looked like he was trying to bunt for a base hit. You need to just deaden that ball, show it early, get it to the third baseman, Rybarski.
Corners in, and Torres swinging away. He golfs it foul behind home plate for strike two. The Chill got on the board first, scoring on a double play ball that Hyunwoo Kim bounced into in the fourth. The very next half inning, the Power scored on a Matt Garcia RBI single. Inside move, pickoff attempt to second. They got Alvarez. The throw, pinpoint perfect into the back of Alvarez. The glove of Kim met it, and that's the second runner that Neil Yascali has picked off today.
I'm as surprised as anybody to see that play happen. Alvarez didn't even have a crazy big lead either, and I don't think he even reacted late to the pickoff attempt, but a perfect throw and a great tag by Kim.
Base is now empty with one out as Torres fouls one out of play. The magnitude of that pickoff attempt, with your team tied up in the late innings, the leadoff man not just on but in scoring position, and you take care of it yourself. 0-2 to Torres, slapped foul once again.
It changes the entire complexion of this inning. It looked like at first with the bottom of the order, the Power had a chance to manufacture a run, somehow get Alvarez to third base. Now you're back to square one.
Yascali out of the windup. The 0-2 curveball in the dirt, ball one. A 1-1 game between the Power and the Chill.
You also have a guy in Yascali who's looked a lot more comfortable working out of the windup, just a much more brisk pace.
They do have a man up in the pen behind him now. The 1-2. Fastball just misses. The bench thought it, some of the crowd thought it was strike three.
We've seen that pitch, and even a few a little further outside, called a strike against a right-handed batter.
Yascali rocks and rolls, and Torres lines one back into the netting. Fu Wan Chang warming up for the Chill. Nobody up behind Landazuri. Right on right the matchup. Outfield playing Torres the other way. Yascali kicks and goes, and the curveball misses upstairs. Full count to Keith Torres the third. Alvarez led off the inning with a double, was then picked off.
I expect to see a challenge fastball right here from Yascali. Right down the middle, see what Torres can do.
The payoff pitch. Spoiled once again. We're going to the 10th pitch of the at-bat between Keith Torres III and Neil Yascali. Tie ball game in the late innings. Who will move on and be the champion of the town? 3-2 on the outside corner for a called strike three. Torres, not a fan of the call. Yascali very much is, as Torres is down on strikes for the second out of the inning.
Well, it's an excellent pitch from Yascali and great effort with a long at-bat from Torres, and you can't necessarily blame him for having a few words for the home plate umpire. He had a pitch called a ball earlier in the at-bat that was much closer to the plate. You have that one where it's maybe an inch or two further out, and then you get rung up on that. It's frustrating for any hitter.
With 2 strikes, you have to protect. Taylor Moe digs in, rolls over the first pitch to the right side. Thompson to a knee, a glove up to his feet, and a throw to first. Gets the galloping Moe down the line to end the inning. Yascali, thanks to the pickoff, works around. A leadoff double. We're through 5.5. Tied at 1 between the Chill and the Power on the CWL YouTube. It's the heart of the order due up for the Chill as we begin the home 6th, tied at 1. Angel Landazuri out for his 6th inning of work, and the first pitch to Pellegrino lifted into right center field. Dixon and Brunson over. It's the right fielder Brunson who makes the catch for out number 1. Continuing with incredible efficiency is Angel Landazuri.
That's got to feel good for Landazuri, able to get Pellegrino on just 1 pitch.
First pitch fastball to Aaron Cook, called a strike on the outside corner. A 1-1 game between the Power and the Chill. The winner moves on to face the winner of Washington and Oregon. Landazuri's 0-1, breaking ball in the dirt. Right on right, the matchup. Landazuri from a letter high set. High leg kick. The 1-1 waved at and missed for strike 2. Back-to-back breaking balls from Angel Landazuri. Has him ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
And it's a great sign seeing such a crisp, sharp curveball like that even later into the ball game.
Felt that pitch all morning long. 1-2, fastball up. Cook tried to hold his swing and did. On the appeal to first to our field umpire, Eric Benavides. So an even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the catcher, Cook, who struck out in the first, singled in the 4th. Infield and outfield straight away. The wind blows left to right. 2-2 curveball. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Gets him with a good old Uncle Charlie for the second out of the inning.
That curveball is just dazzled all morning long from Landazuri. Again, not a hard thrower. You mentioned it early on, Jacob, but when you're mixing and matching your speeds like that and everything comes out of the same arm slot, you're going to be tough to deal with.
He's been outstanding all year long. 2 out, nobody on in a tied ball game as Jacob Vanderwall takes a fastball away, ball 1. Vanderwall has been on base twice. He has singled and been hit by a pitch. He's also stolen a bag while he was on. The left-handed hitting catcher, but today DH, takes a curveball that flutters into the zone for a called strike. An open stance for Vanderwall, swings the bat a couple of times. Now wiggles over the back shoulder. 1-1 fastball in at the knees for a called strike 2. That'll move the third baseman, Berticia, back as they play Vanderwall to pull. Mo guarding the line at first. Landazuri, tucked shoulder out of the stretch. 1-2 pitch. Lifted foul down the left field line. It slices into the seats. So the count remains 1-2. Vanderwall, a Michigan native, who spent some time with the Windy City Thunderbolts last season of the Frontier League. Landazuri rocks and fires, and Vanderwall pops it up left side. On the infield it stays. Greer comes over. The shortstop makes the call and the catch over Berdicia. And that caps off a 1-2-3 inning once again for Angel Landazuri. We are through 6 full innings of play in Game 1 of the CWL playoffs, and we're tied at 1 going to the 7th on the CWL YouTube. We are tied at 1, beginning the top of the potential last between the Palm Springs Power and the Palm Springs Chill. Jacob Kronberg and Evan Schmeiser here in the booth, and Neil Uscali still on the mound. First pitch to Berdicia, lifted high to left field. Pellegrino back. He tracks it down and makes the catch, shielding the sun with his glove for out number 1.
Well,
Berdicia's hit the bell all 3 times today.
I mentioned it just a moment ago with getting Pellegrino on 1 pitch for the Chill. Huge first out to get Berdicia, since he was 2 for 2 before that, and even had the base hit to start that rally, playing that run in the 5th. 1
run aside as we move to the top of the power order. In at third, Rybarski off the line as well as Rigsby takes strike 1 called. Pitch count is up there for Neil Uscali as there's action in the pen. He works out of the windup against Rigsby, who's 1 for 3, and he yanks 1 foul down the right field line for strike 2. Pitch 100 of the morning. Upcoming from Neil Uscali to Sean Rigsby.
I'd be very curious to see what kind of a leash Uscali has at the moment.
I think the first sign of a base runner might be the end of it in triple digits pitch-wise. The 0-2, curveball, hangs outside, ball 1. The wind coming in gusts. You definitely feel the crisp air when it does. Uscali rocks and rolls as Rigsby fists one foul. Deep in right field is JT Reed as the infield hangs to the pull side against the lefty Rigsby. Scully begins his motion. 1-2 on the inside corner for a called strike 3. Painting the inside black, Neil Uscali, as Rigsby kind of turned in away from that pitch.
That's such a great thing to see from Uscali. Over 100 pitches at this point, but still such a strong fastball, pinpointing it, going inside to the lefty.
This is his 9th strikeout of the ball game, as he faces Jalen Greer with 2 out and the bases empty, and Greer goes after a first pitch changeup for strike 1. Greer has grounded out, reached on a fielder's choice, and walked. But a .393 hitter entering play. Uscali's 0-1. Fastball misses low. Fu Wan Chang continues to throw in the chill pen. We have not seen a glimpse of life in the power bullpen. 1-1 to Greer. Fastball on the outer half, called strike 2. Uscali trying to go the regulation distance in a 1-1 ball game. Corner infielders guard the lines as Greer calls time at home plate. Uscali steps, kicks, and delivers the 0-2 chop to third. On the short hop, it's Rybarski. Sets his feet. And again, we'll find out after this on the CWL YouTube. The bottom third of the order due up in the bottom of the last for the Palm Springs Chill. Hyunwoo Kim squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a fastball on the inner half from Angel Landazuri, who looks to match Neil Uscali's 7 innings. Landazuri at just 67 pitches. Landazuri from the stretch picks off the outside corner for a called strike 2. Kim, whose at-bat did results in the Chill run as he bounced into a double play. But just 4 hits and 1 run to show for the Chill, but they're tied thanks to Uscali on the bump. Landazuri a letter high set. 0-2. Slap to the right side. Into the hole Torres. He gloves, sets, and tosses to first, getting Kim for out number 1. There is finally some action in the Palm Springs Power bullpen. Michael Barker is up, the flame-throwing left-hander.
I cannot understate how important that first out is. Because you have a guy in Kim with unbelievable speed. You keep him off the bases to start this home 7th, and you save yourself a whole lot of stress.
Do you have another guy with some wheels up now? That's A.J. Pollock. walked and was hit by a pitch and stole a bag his last time through the order. As Landazuri throws a fastball past him for strike one. 1-1 between the two hometown teams, the Power and the Chill, setting the tone for the 2023 CWL postseason. Landazuri out of the stretch. The 0-1 misses away, ball one. The last hit for the Chill was a single by Aaron Cook in the fourth inning. Landazuri's 1-1. Breaking ball hits Pollock. But they're going to say no intent to move.
That's very surprising to me. You almost never see a home plate umpire call a hitter back when he gets hit by a breaking ball, especially a righty on righty. You never see that usually.
It grazed the hand of Pollock, so maybe he did drop the hands toward it.
That's possible too.
So Pollock's got to dig back in. He'll crowd the plate a little more. Landazuri's pitch misses. Ball three.
And we just saw Landazuri have a bit of a reaction, wanting that strike call. And again, that pitch, borderline to the right-handed batter on the outer part of the plate, it's gone both. Well, it sometimes you don't know what's going to be a strike or a ball.
Landazuri's breaking ball fouled back into the netting. Count is full. Well, it's been a pitch both pitchers have gotten at points this morning. Trying to expand the zone, and now if you're Pollock, you must protect with two. A payoff pitch upcoming. Landazuri's 3-2, yanked foul. Into the Chill bullpen, and Chang will make a play on it.
That's a pretty good swing from Pollock, but he needs to have an approach going the opposite way or at least up the middle with that ball. That will allow him to keep his front shoulder in, because with the front shoulder flying out in that last swing, that's why he hooked it foul.
He's got a slightly open stance, waving the bat up by his head. Payoff pitch number 2, broken back grounder to third. Berdicia has it. Sets his feet low, throw to first, picked out by Taylor Moe once again. What a clean first base Taylor Moe plays.
It does not get better than that in the CWL, because that was a long in-between hop that Moe had to dig out. And with all the divots around that first base bag, you're not sure which way that ball is going to hop. That was an unbelievable play.
Saves his third baseman an error and stops a man from probably moving to second. Base is free, 2 down for Paul Moreau. First pitch from Landazuri, cut on and missed, strike one. Poured the fastball inside, did Angel. As he looks to go 7 innings of 1-run ball, matching that of Neil Yuscali. Letter high set, staggered feet on the mound. And the 0-1 up in the zone, called strike 2. What a pitching duel we have had thus far. To send it to extras, Landazuri ahead 0-2. Right on right the matchup. Breaking ball. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Both starting pitchers, Neil Yuscali and Angel Landazuri, go the regulation distance, but regulation is not going to be enough. Extra innings, here we come with the 8th inning. Power coming up to bat on the CWL YouTube, tied at 1. Extra innings upon us in Game 1 of the California Winter League postseason. International baseball rules are what we follow. So the last batted out, or last recorded out for the Power runs at second base. That's Jalen Greer. He runs well. Burl Dixon due up in the order, the left-handed hitting center fielder against the new chill pitcher, Fu Wan Chang. 11th appearance of the year for Chang. He's got a 2.90 earned run average. Taking over for Neil Yascali, who went 7 innings of 1-run ball. Inside move and a bluff throw to second. Greer in safely. The Chill have picked off 2 runners today already. Alongside Evan Schmeiser, I'm Jacob Kronberg. In at third is Paul Murrow. First pitch swinging is Dixon. He tips into the mid of Cook for strike 1. Dixon, Garcia, and Brunson due up for the Power, who have combined for 4 of the Power's 8 hits, including the run that's come home. Dixon bounces one up the middle, through the hole into center field. Greer around third. No, will be held up. Strong throw in from A.J. Pollock, and Casey Dill not risking anything.
I thought we were certainly going to see Greer come around to score on that ball just with how slowly it was hit, but give Pollock a lot of credit. All that speed, he came in charging, and we know he throws extremely well.
First and third, nobody out as Matt Garcia takes a fastball up in the zone for a called strike.
It's also interesting to see the Chill middle infield looks to be willing to concede a run.
You're likely going to give up one. That's the idea of the international baseball rule, is to not play those 18-inning baseball games. 1 is good, 2 not so good. As the pitch misses up to Garcia, ball 1. Greer off third, Dixon off first. I would not be surprised to see Burl take off in this at-bat. 6 stolen bases on the season. Was picked off today. Chang's 1-1, popped up, shallow right field, out goes Thompson. In comes Reed, the right fielder Reed will call him off. And the throw goes to first, trying to backpick Dixon. Greer goes nowhere from third, and that's a big first out for Chang and company.
Yeah, you couldn't say any better, Jacob. It is titanic to get that out. Now all of a sudden, you could potentially roll a double play ball, get out of this inning allowing nothing, and that will put the Chill in business to try and walk it off.
Runners remain on the corners. It's a tie game at 1. 1 out for Tavis Brunson.
You have a big decision if you're Casey Dill. Do you send Dixon at first?
He does right now. Brunson swings through the pitch. Snap throw up the middle, intercepted by Chang. But Greer read it well at third. So it's a stolen base for Burl Dixon. So the go-ahead run and an insurance runner in scoring position. It looks like come the bottom of the 8th, Michael Barker will get the ball as he continues to throw down the right field line.
Looks like Dixon kind of slid awkwardly into second base.
I think he got some dirt in his lower half. The Chill infield comes in now with 1 out. Chang kicks and goes and finds the knees for a called strike 2.
And Stan Clyburn's taking a huge chance playing this infield in. You would think, especially as the home team, you'd be willing to concede 1 run. But now, much easier to try and get a base hit through the drawn-in infield.
Shoulder high set, the 0-2. Breaking ball misses off the plate. Just barely at that, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to Brunson. Chang is a contact pitcher. He's given up 29 hits in 22 innings. His 1-2 Swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Cook in front of the plate. Quick throw to first. Gets Brunson. And it keeps the runners put. 2 outs. 2 in scoring position for Isaiah Alvarez. First base is open. Alvarez already with a double today. So we'll see how carefully Stan Clyburn, the manager, chooses to pitch Isaiah Alvarez.
Well, for one, for a guy in Chang who doesn't induce that many strikeouts, he chose a great time to throw a really good curveball going into the dirt. And you're right, you cannot let Alvarez beat you.
First pitch fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. Alvarez has gone down on strikes twice. He's also doubled. Rybarski hovers toward third as Alvarez takes a fastball low. Tied at 1 in extra innings. The winner advances to the American semifinal this Saturday. 2-0, waved at and missed, fastball up, and Alvarez chased it.
He definitely helped him out. I'm very surprised, though, that at the moment Chang is pitching to Alvarez.
Stan Clyburn confidence in his guy. 2-1, slap to the right side and into right field for a base hit. Greer in to score, here comes Dixon. Throw home on a hop, not in time. 2-run single for Isaiah Alvarez. And the Power take their first lead of the game. It comes in extra innings, and they're in front 3-1. The hometown kid for the hometown team, putting him in front in extras.
That's an absolutely big-time clutch hit we saw from Alvarez. He let the speed of the fastball do all the work for him, just serving it in the right field. And once again, that was a challenge fastball that caught a lot of plate up in the zone. I cannot believe that they chose to pitch to Alvarez with a base open.
He stands at first with 2 out, and Keith Torres at the plate, who takes a fastball up and in for ball 1. Just got enough off the end of the bat to drop it into right field. As Torres goes that way as well. Foul ball toward the line. Reed over into the bullpen, and he makes the catch. Reed guarding that right field line. Gave him the time to track down that foul ball and make the catch to end the inning. The Power in front on the 2-run single by Isaiah Alvarez, and the Chill need 2 to extend it, 3 to win it in the bottom of the 8th. After this on the California Winter League YouTube. It's a 3-1 lead for the Power over the Chill. And the bottom of the 8th inning, we're in extras. Michael Barker into pitch. And he watches the free runner, Tyler Cook, back into second base. Cook running in place of Paul Moreau, the last recorded out in the 7th as we play the international baseball rules. First pitch from Barker to JT Reed. Foul tipped into the mid of Garcia for strike 1. Reed, a switch hitter. He'll flip to bat from the right side against the lefty Barker, who has been a horse both starting and out of the pen for Palm Springs this year, as the breaking ball finds the inner half for a called strike 2. 19 innings of work, a whopping 37 strikeouts. 0-2, fisted to first, under the mid of Taylor Moe. Torres behind, Reed into first, and he got him just barely. Reed not really moving down the line with Moe kind of standing behind the base.
That was
and now I think they're going to keep him there. Initially ruled out, I think Moe in the line of the base path. Gives Reed first base.
That was bizarre all the way around. I mean, first of all, if you're JT Reed, you have to run through the bag, even if you end up taking out the first baseman over there. And I'm not used to seeing interference on a fielder called right at the first base bag.
So runners on the corners, nobody out for Cale Thompson. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Barker has given up 1 run. Coming in behind Angel Landazuri, who went 7 innings of 1-run ball. Barker from the stretch, a gut-high set. Throw over to first, and Reed dives in safely.
That last play truly was the break of all breaks for the Chill. Not only just with the call at first base, but the normally really sure-handed first baseman Moe having the ball trickle right through his legs.
That ball cued off the end of the bat, wobbling like a knuckleball down the line. Barker's 0-1, Reed runs, fastball. Called a strike on the outer edge, no throw to second. So a stolen base for JT Reed. And the tying runs in scoring position for the Chill with nobody out. It's a 3-1 lead for the Power in extras. 0-2, fouled away by Thompson. Thompson, who singled in the first, has since grounded out and flied out.
And if you're Thompson, you have to put this ball in play. Get something on the ground and get it to the right side to get Reed to third and get a run in.
Corners are in. Middle infield back. Barker's 0-2. Slap to the left side. Through for a base hit. Cook in to score. Reed had to hold up with the ball in front of him. He stops at third. But it's an RBI single for Cale Thompson. And the Chill within 1. The tying run. The winning run on base. And Jake Rybarski coming up.
I know I said initially I wanted the ground ball to the right side, but can't do a better job than Thompson just did. A fastball that might have been a tick off the outer half. He just threw his hands at the ball and put a lot of wood on it.
Another opposite field hit for Cale Thompson. First pitch swinging Rybarski, and he drills it foul on the opposite side. Three to 2, the Power in front. They scored 2 in the top of the 8th to take the lead in extras. The Chill have come back with 1 run so far in the home half of the frame as the curveball misses out. And they're in a situation where an out can tie the game. Big lead off first for Rybarski. Barker looks that way. Snap throw. A bit high, and Rybarski dives in safely. These two faced one time in the regular season. It was a 3-1 lead going into the last for the Power, and the Chill walked it off. 1-1 curveball. Dances into the zone for a called strike 2. We are mirroring that scenario here. A 3-1 lead in the bottom of the potential last in extras. 1 run in already for the Chill. Barker's 1-2. Curveball. Fouled back into the netting. Rybarski stays alive. And who is the man on deck but Jeffrey Pellegrino?
I was just getting ready
who had the walk-off
to say.
4 days ago. Left on right the matchup. Barker from the belt. His 1-2. Spoiled once again by Rybarski.
And if you're right, Barsky, it's the same thing with Thompson a moment ago. Get something in play, whatever you can, preferably something on the ground, because that should lead to a run with the speedy read at third.
Outfield plays deep. Barker tries again. Curveball bounce on the ground to short. Greer to second for one. The return to first. In time, double play for the second time in the ball game. In order to score a run, the Chill bounce into a double play. That ties things at 3, but it empties the bases for Jeffrey Pellegrino.
I mean, it was a terrific turn, and for the 4th time in 2 games, we're seeing a double play ball hurt the Chill in a rally.
I thought the underhand toss from Greer wasn't going to leave enough time for Torres' turn, but a strong throw got Rybarski as the first pitch misses in to Pellegrino. Barker out of the windup. 1-0 in at the knees. Barker working quickly, the 1-2. Drops in at the knees for a called strike 2. 1-2 the count to Pellegrino. Barker hands over the head. 1-2. Flare to the left side, backing up Berdicia. A short leap and a make the two-handed catch to end the inning. 2 in the top of the 8th for the Power. The Chill answer with 2 in the bottom of the 8th. And we go to extra inning number 2. The 9th inning coming up knotted at 3. Top of the 9th inning, tied at 3. As we begin our second extra inning of play, the free runner, Keith Torres, the pinch hitter, Jalen March, who swings over a breaking ball for strike 1. Each side scored a pair of runs in the first extra inning as March takes a fastball away. So a game that saw the starters each go 7 innings of 1-run ball. Saw the first reliever out of the pen allow 2 to score in their first inning of work. 1-1 to March. Lifted out toward left field. Pellegrino starts back, has it lined up, and makes the catch. For out number 1. Good throw to third, keeps Torres put. So a cleaner start to the 9th than we saw in the 8th from Fu-Wan Chang.
And that could go for both teams. Could be an opportunity for Chang and the Chill dealing with the bottom of the Power lineup.
Now 1 out. Torres remains on second for Roberto Berdicia. Right on right the matchup, and Berdicia has hit the ball well 3 times today. First pitch fastball up in the zone for a called strike. Couple of singles. He's scored a run. And flied out to left. The 0-1. Sliced foul into the power dugout, and now some of those guys are going to stand in the dugout. Mo, Dixon, Alvarez all leaping out of the way of that laser beam.
Yeah, I'm just glad that ball didn't hit anybody. That would be a screamer going at somebody's leg.
0-2. Flare down the right field line. Reed with his speed moving over up against the railing, and it's out of play. Reed really guarding that right field line. It's a 3-3 game between the Power and the Chill. Beginning the playoffs in extra innings. Thompson keeps an eye on Torres III at second. Chang gives a quick look, staggered stance on the mound with a shoulder high set. Couple of looks to Torres. Still looking that way. Now the 0-2. Up and away, ball 1.
This is a big-time opportunity for the Chill. If you're able to get through this, not allowing a run to score, then you put a lot of pressure on the Power.
The free runner remains at second. 1-2 pitch. Outside, gets away from Cook. Moving up to third is Keith Torres III. And the go-ahead run 90 feet away from home.
That's a major mistake for Cook behind the plate, who otherwise has been excellent getting the start at catcher.
It's the first ball that's gotten away from anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Infield comes in. 2-2 the count to Berdicia. Chang wheels and deals, slap to the right side. Past a diving Nolan into right field. Torres in to score. And Roberto Berdicia with a 3-hit ball game puts the Power back in front 4-3.
Really good piece of hitting from Berdicia. And goodness, on a drawn-in infield, nonetheless, able to squeak it through.
So the Power back in front and back to the top of their order we go with Sean Rigsby. Takes a fastball on the outer half for a called strike 1. Oh, 1 in there for a called strike 2. Berdicia leads off first, being held on tightly by Knoll. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good bounce back at bat for Fu-Wan Cheng. First pitch, breaking ball, misses down and into Jalen Greer. It's a 4-3 lead for the Power as we play the top of the 9th. Chang checks over to first. And the 1-0 in there for a called strike. Very short lead for Berdicia, being held on by Knoll. The 1-1 misses up and into Greer, ball 2. Right on right the matchup. A big swing and a miss from Greer results in strike 2. Two-two pitch, fouled back. A lot of long at-bats against Fu-Wan Cheng. As Jalen Greer bats for the 5th time today. He was the free runner to kick off the extra scoring. Chang with the slide step. Bouncer up the middle. Shortstop Kim lets it go through the wickets. Good backup by Pollock, but an error on the normally sure-handed. Hyunwoo Kim extends the inning for the Power. And we've now seen perhaps the top defender on each of these two teams commit an error in extra innings.
This is just extremely surprising. And Kim still can't believe it. He has his back turned, facing out into the outfield. And see if the Power can take advantage of that. Playing a second run in this ballgame that was tied just a moment ago as the away team, it's pivotal.
We're going to get a pinch runner on second, Alan Alonso out to run. And we're going to get a call to the bullpen for the Chill. 4-3, the Power lead the Chill. In the top of the ninth, we'll step aside for the pitching change on the CWL YouTube. Shi Hao Tung out of the pen, the lefty for the Chill to face the left-handed hitting Burl Dixon. Trying to keep it a one-run deficit for the Chill as he pours a fastball up in the zone for a called strike one. 4-3, the Power leading the Chill. So we play our second extra inning so far. Jacob Kronberg and Evan Schmeiser on the CWL YouTube. Tung checks the runner at second. And the 0-1 picks off the outer edge for a called strike two. Alan Alonso, the runner at second, pinch running for Roberto Berdicia. Two on, two outs. Dixon looking to add insurance for the Power. Tung with the tight leg kick. 0-2 curveball. Hangs upstairs, ball one.
And if you're Tung, you absolutely have to limit the damage right here. Giving the Power a second run, it puts a ton of pressure on the Chill.
4 runs on 11 hits for the Power. Tung from the third base side of the rubber. Bell tie set, he stares at Alonso. Turns the 1-2. Skied high into left center field. Pollock sprinting over. Pellegrino coming in. It's the center fielder Pollock who makes the call and the catch to put an end to the top of the ninth. The Power add on another to retake the lead. In front 4-3 thanks to the Berdicia RBI single. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. The Chill need 1 to win. 1 to tie, 2 to win on the CWL YouTube. 4-3 the Power in front, and Michael Barker trying to close it out in extras. First pitch to Aaron Cook, a curveball in at the knees for a called strike. The free runner for the Chill is Jeffrey Pellegrino. The Chill need 1 to tie, 2 to win it. 0-1 pitch. Driven out into the right center field gap. Going back. It's Brunson. It's over his head. And one hops the wall. Pellegrino into score. Throw into second. Not in time. Aaron Cook amped up with a head first slide. It's a game-tying RBI double. And he's got the dirt stains on his chest to prove it.
Goodness, how about that by Aaron Cook? He just put a walloping on that ball into the right center field alleyway. How about that? Just one pitch, or 2 pitches, beg your pardon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, and the Chill have a chance to win it.
The winning run in scoring position with nobody out. And Jacob Vanderwall at the dish.
And if you're Stan Clyburn, do you bunt?
First pitch in the dirt, hops away from Garcia, and Cook moves to third. That probably takes the bunt out of the equation. You only would bunt with a man on third if you had blistering speed coming off the bag, and Cook runs well for a catcher, but he is not that lightning quick guy like a JT Reed would be.
And we saw just an inning ago, a passed ball aided the Power in getting their rally started that forced the infield to come in with a base hit shot through the drawn-in infield.
Well, the infield comes in for the Power. Barker out of the stretch, misses in and hits Vanderwall. So Vanderwall will walk down to first after being hit by the pitch, and it brings up Hyun-Woo Kim. Kim, who committed an error in the last half inning, a chance to be the hero. Left on right the matchup. Barker from the stretch. Misses up with a first pitch fastball. Still nobody out. The winning run is at third base. Can the Chill walk off the Power for the second time this year, and in this instance eliminate them from the postseason? The 1-0 sails upstairs, ball 2.
Jacob, I'm a little surprised how deep the outfielders are playing for the Power. If they make a catch on the ball where they're positioned, I don't think they have any chance to throw Cook out from third.
The 2-0 fouled back into the netting. Big cut from Kim. You've got a slower runner on third. These are outfielders that have good arms. And you're going to set yourself up where you can likely come in on any baseball. That's the best shot you have, if any. 2-1. Fouled back once again, and that evens the count up.
It's been a tough day for Kim all the way around, whether in the field and especially at the plate, but you have to get something in play. Hit something hard, low, maybe you shoot it through the infield.
Barker ready from the belt, in need of a strikeout. The 2-2 misses upstairs, full count. See if they put Vanderwall in motion here.
Yeah, they're not holding him on.
The infield remains in. Barker's payoff pitch. Flared into shallow left field. Coming in Alvarez. It's going to drop. Aaron Cook comes in to score. And the Chill, for the second time this year, walk off the Power. And they'll advance in the CWL playoffs. Hyun-Woo Kim, the hero, in the 9th. As the Chill win it 5-4 over the Power. Hugs and celebrations between second and third after the Hyun-Woo Kim game-winning RBI single in the bottom of the 9th inning. And it's an extra inning playoff victory for the Palm Springs Chill.
It doesn't get much better than that in opening round matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth the entire way. We saw excellent performances from both starting pitchers. We saw some great guys coming out of the bullpen. But ultimately, the Chill just too good for the Power, and ultimately that first walk-off win made a huge difference, giving the Chill the home field advantage for this matchup. It was everything. Truly a classic in the first stadium postseason game for the 2023 California Winter League playoff.
A game that saw 2 combined runs through the first 7 innings. Sees 7 in extra innings, and it's the Chill with the 5-4 walk-off win. They advance to play the winner of the Oregon Lumberjacks and the Washington Blue Sox, taking place about 30 minutes from now at Palm Springs Stadium. For my partner, Evan Schmeiser, I'm Jacob Kronberg. The Chill advance in walk-off fashion, a 5-4 win over the Power. This has been California Winter League playoff baseball on the CWL YouTube. Thanks for tuning in.